course, I need to wait a month tick. Before we start, remember that you can subscribe to this channel to get notified about all the future videos and obviously support us growing. You guys did it again. I promised you to do the 6th episode of Chaotic Succession campaign if you hit 3000 likes. You did it in a few hours. So again, Chaotic Succession is a campaign where I'm playing 30 years as each different nation. Start as the Ottomans, then move to Bohemia, to Papal State, Uzbek. Last session it was forming Lotharingia's Burgundy, and we are in episode 6. And again, it was a really hard choice to what play in this episode, especially that there's a huge religious war in Europe. And as we saw in the last episode, both of the sides are very even in the numbers. And I really like the idea that actually most of the comments proposed is to leave the religious war to AIs, because me as a player, I might, help one of the sides too much and play as one of the nations that are not participating. So it's pretty much either Spain, Norway, or something out of Europe. And I was thinking a lot, I wanted to do a colonial campaign, and this is why today I decided to play as Norway. A lot of you proposed that, and that's exactly what I want to do. I have a really specific strategy for Norway because they have a colony in Vinland, so I'll show you in a second what's in there. What do we have here? 27 incomes, it's a little bit worse than in case of Burgundy. We've got economic, offensive, trade diplo ideas. So we don't even have colonial ideas, but it doesn't matter because we have the colonial range and colonist ideas over here, as well as some bonuses to our navy. So that should be enough to go into the new world. Force limit is 36, army quality is okay-ish, and privileges, of course, there's a tax meta. First things first, let me start paying for the fleet. Then I think instead of transferring from North Sea to Zlewikk, we should start collecting in North Sea. That will be a little bit more worth it. And as there are no major rebels coming, I'll go and send my whole army with these transport ships to the new world, because we're gonna focus on expanding Vinland. As for the estates, almost 100% of the crown land. It is absolutely beautiful, but both nobility and burghers are disloyal. Let me make them loyal, at least burghers, by taking the diet, and then we are gonna go and start building some churches. From this army, I definitely do not need calf, so that's 1207. I'm gonna take this whole army to the new world, where I'll build 3000 of artillery. Yeah, we need more money. Let me take 1% loans, maybe. Oh, I did not do that for some time, because Uzbek did not have 1% loans, and Burgundy obviously did not need 1% loans. Let me do that, and then I'm gonna also build up more of the infantry, because we have manpower, and there's gonna be a lot of action coming. Of course, we have too many policies taken. Why don't I go and cancel? Oh, trade efficiency. Yeah. We need to save our power points. So I told you that's gonna be a special strategy. And this strategy will be on fully building up Finland. So AI colonial nation here will be extremely strong. Maybe to even 1v1 Florida from France, we'll see that. But anyway, in the meantime, I want to go start focusing on higher level advisors. Let me take level 2 over here, let me get this guy level 2, and here I'm gonna take the tax meta also on the level 2. So it's gonna be minus 10 balance, but also more mana generated. And why don't I go and take also cheaper advisors from over here? Number 1, number 2, why from the burghers, I'll go and take the settlers chance and global settlers increase. How is the religious war in Europe going? Let me go and turn off the fog of war to see, okay. Horde of the Ottoman armies is just going first of all into Portugal, so they'll be fighting here. They are going to fight the Lithuanians and Bohemians probably very soon. Bohemians siege down Constantinople, very interesting. Why in Europe, yeah, there's just these nations fighting each other, nothing really interesting, and nothing happening in France, which is surprising because they're pretty much surrounded by the enemies. Where's the French army? Just went somewhere. Can take a bonus from the papacy, and honestly that's gonna be the construction cost and tax meta. And at this point I can just go and attack this usual nation here, Penobscot, and I'm gonna go take this guy's a collision. Innu will help these boys. So where the hell is Innu? Innu is here. That's a nation that I could also conquer. Yeah, obviously the battles are extremely easy because they have tech 9, I have tech 15. So yeah, that was a very quick stack wipe. I believe that here it should also be a very quick stack wipe. I'm gonna leave the artillery in this siege. While myself, I'm gonna go and take care of the little Innu over here. Very quick and easy war. Let me just go and peace out all 4 provinces for us. Plus money doesn't really matter, but of course Vinland will keep expanding. Personally, more as that with either Denmark or Great Britain, we don't care. Anyway, next bigger point in our expansion is Huron, which is having a better technology because 11th still have 15th and they have 27,000 troops. Should be a little bit more of a problem for us, but it won't. Let's just make it a conquest of something more developed, like for example Misisash. Oh, I can do reconquest for Vinland? Okay, I think it's just Huron, considering some of their provinces being... Yeah. I just really never understand how it really works, because these provinces are already heads of my colony. Go and fight BTB. No, it's actually not in hands of the colony. So why do Vinland has cores on these provinces? How is it a reconquest? I really don't understand it, but I guess we can just go for... let's go for a BTB, however it works. Anyway, this way we want to war with all of these boys at the same time. Florida is getting completely trashed by the natives, which is fine for me. France is just wasting their time. So by the way, how is the religious war going? I think Colonial was one of the leaders of it, so it's minus 10%. Yeah, it's 10% for the side of Austria in this war. And see, let me turn off the fog of war again. Okay, so Ottomans are getting pushed here. Constantinople is even sieged down by the Austrians, but the Ottomans are pushing from this side at the same time. The Maghreb is a very nice battle between Ottomans and Portugal, but it looks like Portugal is getting demolished by the Ottomans. France is still not being sieged down. They even sieged down Lotharingia a little bit, and in nature there's not much interesting going on except maybe Cologne being sieged down. Oh boy! Oh boy, it looks like we are gonna lose the battle against the natives. They're just outnumbering us so much. Yeah, let me just run away. You know what? I'm gonna go burn some army professionalism and recruit the free company, because we still have some force limit to be used. 5,000 is not too much though. Why don't I go and use the Grand Company instead? Let's give it another try to fight their troops. This time I will be having a very similar amount to them. Remember, they have twice the number just next by, but they want to use an advantage of the technology on our side. And I'm not so sure if we can... Okay, they're not reinforcing. If they reinforce this battle, we would have problems winning that. I think that's what to do with these provinces, and I'm gonna probably just give it to Vinland into occupation. And I'm gonna try giving these provinces in a separate peace deal to him. Well, they actually took more provinces over here. I think from Florida. It's just completely dead. Can we get Fs for Florida? I guess it's just creating more vacuum for Vinland to expand into, because Vinland is gonna take everything except this one province, because I don't have time to wait for the full annexation. I just hit the admin points cap, and instead of taking the technology, which I don't really need, I'm just gonna go and start developing provinces of my colonial nation. Starting with these boys over here, I cannot get the change the edict, but at least there is prosperity. It's freaking fish, so I can go and spend admin mana very freely to improve the development over here, and obviously spend our mana that is not being wasted inside our own country. A couple of dev clicks. I think I should get rid of the devastation, yes, in some of these provinces. Also use some diplo points, yes. Oh, that's a lot of devastation here, but we can slowly get rid of that because I have mana to go and develop them. I'm gonna do the same exactly in these provinces as well. There's no need for so much devastation. Prosperity needs to start growing. Florida is dying even more to the Vanor Confederation, so... F. And how is the religious war doing? Austria is 43%. Yes, I think Lotharingia is carrying it hard, just killing France. It has minus 54% of the war score. How about the Ottomans? I think Ottomans are doing fine. No, they're not doing fine. They're getting pushed by Portugal over here. How's the amount of their troops? It's still huge, but they're out of manpower. I bet they've lost everything to attrition. They are trying to push Bohemia, but I would say that's not much of a success. Same as, yeah, they are getting more deeply into Europe, including even Prague. Okay, that war is extremely interesting. How many troops France has? 120,000, but where is 120,000 is? Is it in the New World or something? How about the north? Yeah, in the north, Bohemia is trying to get rid of the Denmark and the allies. Yes, Denmark is not doing too good. That's what I thought. That's why France is getting sieged down. They have almost 50k troops in the New World and still the colony is dying. Yes, Ottomans are getting pushed out of Austria just in this battle. Wow. This is it. I'm gonna take all of these provinces from Huron and mainly it's focused on getting deeply inside the continent. So for example, get access to these boys. Now we can also see that a lot of these provinces did not go to Vinland, and that's because this is out of their main colonial node. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and handle all of these provinces to them. It's gonna hurt the admin mana because they have to court by themselves. But worry not, they're gonna handle it sooner or later. Now they are too much overextended, so I cannot handle too much. But this process should be considered colonies, so this should not give them any overextension, please. I think I already almost tripled the development of our colonial nation. It started around 100-ish, and right now it's already 313. And to increase that income even further, I stopped transferring from Gulf of St. Lawrence because why? I'm just feeding Lotharingia and Great Britain this way. I started collecting, so it's 37 ducats right now of total income. I think Catholics are winning this hard, so the number of nations is stronger than one big Ottomans trying to carry the war, but we'll see still, because even though they're getting pushed, it's a little stacks, while the Ottomans are having giga stacks just next by. It's gonna be really interesting, and France is just dying. Not slowing down, while I don't have many claims in the north, I will go and attack in the south. That's gonna be a giga war. Let me just double check who they are. Like, okay, it's only southern nations. How many troops that's gonna be? That's gonna be a 40k. We should be totally fine. I just have to wait 2 months for my diplomats to arrive. Is it the end of the war? Yes, the Emperor's Triumphant. That was quick. Normally the wars are like 10 years, 15 years. He just took them 5 years with such a huge amount of the troops. And I think Ottomans tried very well, a lot. But they just didn't have a chance to really go and destroy them alone. And I also believe they've lost Pest in this war. And also province here, right? Because, yes, Rijeka and Pest. They've lost these 2 provinces. Ottomans, maybe that's the end of the golden era. And so it happened. Denmark is calling into the war against Uzbek. That's gonna be super interesting. 79,000 troops, 37,000. 27,000, so I think Uzbek really has a chance to win this war. Just personally, I don't want to be part of it, but yeah, I'm just gonna join it to see how my side is losing. There's an actual natives coalition being created against us. That's not gonna be problematic. At least Finland does not have that much of a AE. Actually, before this coalition grows, and it will grow because of my peace deals that are coming, gonna go and attack the Venro Confederacy, which is part of the coalition, and that's gonna be 100k troops to fight. It's gonna be a bad idea, but I have to do that. I'll start with piecing out Kashita, from which I want to take all of these provinces ideally, where this 3 will go to myself, so I'll go and help them, coring them, and the rest is gonna go into hands of my vassal. And this way I'm gonna save him a little bit of the mana by saving it by myself, and we have to go and deal with the other guys that are from the coalition. In the meantime, Uzbeks started pushing towards us. I see that I don't think they've built any new forts except the ones that I left them with. And I'm really interested in the battles between Denmark and Uzbek. New Spain is expanding at least, but not truly much into Mexico. It's more like north of it. Just get rid of these boys, and again taking 2 provinces for myself to help AI with coring. At the same time, I don't want to create a colonization here, so I will need to give away the provinces before I core up to 5 of them. That's gonna be really hard to achieve with this amount of the AE. And from this major war that is left, I want to get out of the ASAP, because look at the amount of the devastation that's gonna be created in Vinland because of it. So let me see how this beautiful battle will go, and look, come on, just yes. Yes, I need to destroy all of these troops right now, because otherwise devastation is gonna hurt far too much for our colonial nation. Wait a second, this is new. The Coveta Confederation? It wasn't here a second ago. No, my Vinland cannot have any debt. Let me repay the loans. Why myself? I'm just taking more and more of them. Good boy, Uzbek. They are winning this war. I don't know how. These guys are just not doing much, but they are winning it. In the meantime, Ottomans are completely destroying Ajam, so I don't think I'm gonna have an opportunity to play as I know many of you ask for this. How about Pope? Pope, I think they expanded to Naples. The borders are even more beautiful. And Bohemia, they are a little bit in danger, but I don't think they're doing anything more than that. While Lotharingia? Lotharingia is probably just chilling, dropping their expansion. In the meantime, myself, we've killed 100k natives in this war already. And I'm slowly getting to the peace deal with them. And another federation that's in the Zuni Federation. Do we have a truce with them? I don't think we do. And we should use that opportunity to attack them. But first, I need to give provinces to Vinland that are core, because I don't want a new colonial nation around here. So we just start with piecing out these boys. Some kind of a beautiful borders. Please send this peace deal. I need to get out of the Uzbek war. What do you want from me? Annual Denmark, take 99 ducats. Yeah, just screw you. I'm just gonna really Denmark in a couple of years, so it won't even matter. More importantly is to take care of these boys. So Vinland, why don't you go and take one province? And this for now. Yeah, I need to give them as well. I can start coring this too, but it doesn't matter that much. Finland, do you even have enough of overextension to go and get some of these provinces? Okay, perfection. This Vinland is gonna be a monster. We just need to build this up, and we are slowly getting there. Also, what? I had like 5 provinces here. I just took them in the previous war. I paid a lot of AE for it. And this federation just stole it from me. I guess I'm gonna kill them soon.
Oh no!
Anyway, in the meantime, it's time to go and develop a little bit. Burghers are loyal. We're gonna dev the hell out of our beautiful vassal over here. Mainly with the diplo points, but also with the meal points. So let's dev everything up to 10 first. So here we can just dev with these boys as well. This way, by deving up to 10, we are of course unlocking new building slots. Look at this! They have this Zuni Federation have all of these provinces, so okay, more to conquer for us. You can see also France is slowly reoccupying provinces for themselves, and they're colonizing freaking Canada, so that will be a conflict. So what I just did, I took like 40 loans to have 65 out of 106, and I've spent all of that into buildings for our colonies, workshops, training fields, and most importantly manufactories. Okay, Zuni Federation, that's it. Let me go and stop your amount of the conquest. Let's go for the conquest of Caligula. There's easy war goal. I can't take it because it's uncolonized. I keep getting baited on that. Oh, they have a lot of troops, so we have to be also very cautious with our conquests here. This is it. Since this peace deal, and again, most of these provinces are not. Yeah, the amount of the provinces that they have just decrease the max loans that I can have. This is fine. Remember, I'm gonna go and feed Vinland with most of these provinces, of course within their capability. And they will be slowly coring these provinces. Let me just start coring all the rest by myself. Let's just make sure which province I'm gonna core by myself. It's everything over here. This is province number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then I wait for this 2 to be cored. Why here? Cannot core this one, I can start coring these 2 provinces. You can see this also came back to the right amount, so I have 81 out of 96 loans. And I would take even more because no, they tell me the way that Finland is having any debt. Let me repay it, and they have 35 income in general. They keep creating new federations right now with the Natchez Federation. Oh no. Pope and Spain landed in the British Isles. It's just so big F for Great Britain. How are the others doing? Yes, I don't think much happened around here, and about the Ottomans, they keep expanding. And yeah, Uzbek won the war after, like, they are uniting the Russian region even more. Poor Denmark. Finland already has 44 of income. Let's see how it's gonna change once I finish building trade stations. 47.8, yes, we are boosting that. They have 600 development, which is a little bit more than what we have. Second Venro Federation Florida war against the invaders. That's a nice casus belli. Mr. Finland, it's time for the fresh amount of the fully cored provinces by your best buddy Norway. There we go, and also this too are going to yourself. And I think that I'm gonna leave this one province as a casus belli from Vinland to attack Norway if I wanted to go and take this or this provinces for them myself. Because, you probably figured this out, I'm gonna switch to Vinland. Just before doing so, gonna go and develop a couple of provinces up to the developments as we discussed. So this way, look at that, they already have 677 development. So when I go over here, I click on this and I release myself 84 provinces in hands of Vinland already. Release. There we go. So how this nation is looking like? We have 55 income, 50,000 maximum power, 55 of the force limit, and most importantly, I will be a great power as soon as I embrace the institution, which is even spreading towards us. It is, but very slowly. And more importantly, I'm gonna go and form a nation. That's a huge choice of the nations that I could form. If I wanted to form America, I have to move my capital to American part of the world. 20 development. Do we have any other 20 development that is in this part? This one is saying 15. I just obviously don't have admin mana to switch it. And honestly, I was thinking about forming Quebec, just, you know, for the roleplay, but America is gonna be even more interesting. Why don't I go and focus on admin mana in this case? And with this amount of the money, I should run a level 2 advisor here. That's a choice for the new government. Of course, I want to stay as a republic. Why did it keep my rule if I was a republic already? Yeah, this is fine. Let me just go and let it automatically pick the admin focus. That it can wait a couple of months. As for the government reforms, I only have to choose the first one, where I'll go for the plutocracy because it's having additional merchant, as well as the term duration is the shortest. And right now, let me go and choose the faction, which is gonna be either Ralph armies, global trade power, or construction cost and goods produced. Let me go for construction cost and goods produced. Technologies, I'm gonna just take this one to keep innovativeness, which is an incredible amount of free. Norway is already bankrupt, so that's... I just did. I'm oopsie, because I could have break all of the alliances if I wanted to fight with them. Especially Lotharingia. Oof, the government capacity, we are all 300 above it. Is there a government reform here I could take for the additional gov capacity? Yes, here. We need to get this ASAP, but in the meantime, I assume that I have plenty of autonomy to be decreased. That should be a huge change. Yes, income is 75 right now. We really need to work on the gov capacity though. So this needs to get an increase up to 50 ASAP. By the way, as for the ideas, we have colonial ideas, which are really nice. Then we have expansion, plutocratic, economic, and diplomatic ideas. I just noticed that we also Catholic. Yes, right. Why don't we go Protestant as a true American? I'm gonna become defender of faith, and I'm gonna keep converting everything very quickly. Also, I don't really need diplomatic ideas, they're useless for us. So instead of that, I'm gonna go and unlock trade ideas to boost our income. Let's not slow down. I'm gonna attack French Canada. And remember, it works the way that if your capital is in the New World, so like in my case, and you attack a colonial nation, Overlord is not called into this kind of the war, so I can just go and take the lands very freely, and I'm gonna do the same with Florida as soon as I get the next diplomat, so it's gonna be exactly right now. I know they're being occupied by other native, but there's no time to slow down. Of course, I need to wait a month and fight with France anyway. But the thing is, at least right now, I can separate peace French Canada and then try fighting France, and it's not gonna be an easy war because keep in mind the army quality is far better than mine. They have 6.7 more, I have 5.3 of it. We need to go and use our money and build up a huge grand company to deal with them. War goal of this war is Kalusa, so we have to focus on defending it. Oh, that's on the soft, so it's not gonna be that easy. Let me see, that isn't possible because I want to try fighting Navy of France. The big chunk of my navy is just transport ships, so I think I'm just gonna get completely destroyed, especially that I have no morale, but it was worth trying. Let me just fight until the 16th of May and then run away. Did we lose any ship? At least nothing. I'm looking at the amount of the rebels that we're having, and we might be in trouble. I need to get rid of the French war ASAP, because if I over tribute, yeah, they definitely want too much. This I can get rid of the Canadian war. I'm gonna leave them with one province so they'll continue with colonization around here where I myself. We're gonna go and take these provinces. Yes! The borders keep improving. That's pretty much an overextension out of gov capacity, but Yes. Let me cancel coring all of these provinces, because I can improve my amount of the gov capacity. Okay, just go and switch provincial trade system into gov capacity, which is administrative divisions. That's more gov capacity, which means it's also cheaper to core these provinces, and I can go and deal with the French armies now that are sieging me down. I really need to overextend myself to make sure that I'm gonna win this war. That's why I'm gonna go even more over my force limit and hire a free company. Let's see if we can even win with France, honestly. Gonna try a battle around here. They're gonna... yes, okay. Just the numbers. We just have to go and outnumber them, and then I need to make sure that I'm gonna follow them until I wipe the shit out of these troops, because I have no idea where he's running away. The quality of the troops is so huge that I'm barely winning, if I'm even winning, while numbering France 2-1. Freaking 2-1, and look at that. I think I'm winning, but it's really barely. Alright guys, I'm getting out of this war for how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces. I think that's gonna be war for us, because I still can retake these provinces directly from their colonies without fighting France, where right now I'm just really wasting my time and resources for this war. Let me get out of this, and we really need to start thinking about any allies that could help us in the future wars. And that's why I'm gonna go and improve relations with both Portugal and Spain. I just keep declaring all of the wars at the same time because I want to avoid this nation joining the coalition, and even in this case allying anyone, because they just took a lot of provinces from Florida, including I think the province that they've lost a second ago. First bonus from the Protestant religion that I'm gonna take is I actually don't... No, let me start with the yearly Republican tradition. Why don't we go and separate piece these boys around here, which is 200 power push to core these provinces, but we still have mana to do so. I actually think that I misplayed a little bit, because before going into all of these wars, I should have formed United States, because United States have permaclaims on these provinces, so that would be a little bit useful. Okay, let me piece out. First of all, this war, fixing the name placement, and then the Creek War. Now after this two, I have to release a vassal around here, because I don't have enough admin mana to core all of these provinces. Remember, some of these provinces have such a huge development because they keep developing as AIs. I'm gonna give them these provinces, while I keep this two for myself, because I want to keep good borders. We still have something to fix. Just make sure that I'll focus on coring provinces that are actually giving me overextension. For example, these two are not giving me overextension. I won't be coring them for now, because yeah, it's just gonna be such a pain. I'm gonna attack Vendor Federation purely to fix the borders, and still I'll probably just release a vassal over there because I don't have this admin mana. 130 admin mana if I wanted to core it. Obviously, no, I cannot do it right now. All I can do is just break their alliances and rivalries to increase my amount of the prestige. Second bonus from the Protestant religion is gonna be missionary strength to convert these provinces even faster. Another couple of provinces which would cost a lot to core, but we have a solution here. First of all, I'm gonna feed Atahachi a little bit. It's good that they have similar color to us. Give them this, this, and this. While in this terrains, I need to release another vassal, which is gonna be Cherokee. How is Europe doing? Papal State is huge, they have 1000 development. Same as Lotharingia, I really love to see that. How about the Ottomans? Is already 2.2 thousand. It's crazy, and I think Bohemia have lost one of their unions because their development is far too low. Yeah, I'm sure they've lost both of the unions. How that could even happen? Did you lose that through the rebels or what? Only 1.5 of a year left, so I need to attack these boys already. At last I can become a kingdom. And soon I should be able to even become an empire. It really doesn't feel like we've played 30 years, because that was Norway, then was Finland. In both of the cases I've played like 15 years, which is really not that much. Let me just go and peace out these boys. For whatever we can take right now. Yeah, the borders of this Finland are not perfect, but still we have to go and form United States. So let me take care of these rebels. We just became a great power, number 8. You can see 1000 development, almost as same as Papal State Lotharingia. That seemed so strong, right? And here in the new world we have a strong Finland. If I had like 10, 15 more years, I would make a very beautiful borders here. but I was really limited by amount of the time. Anyway, let me move my capital here. That allows me to form American nation. Yes, please. United States. You can see that I did get claims on all of these provinces, so it will be far easier to conquer them. Let me start coring the rest of the provinces that I have uncored, and even can state this too. And we have a couple of missions to take. American independence, reform progress, Republican tradition, thank you so much. And then that's pretty much it. As for the American ideas, we've got additional merchant, Marines force limit, yearly Republican tradition, Tolerance of the Heretics, very useful, national unrest, additional colonies, morale of armies, goods produce modifier, prestige, autonomy, minimum autonomy in the territories, very useful, and yearly Republican tradition. Okay, with all this setup, 55,000 maximum power, 88 force limit, 89 of income, and this nation is just getting started. Really, if I had another couple of years, I would create a monster here. But still, we created a great power, and I think that's a great summary of this episode. I have almost half of the Ottomans development. Can you imagine that? It's over here. Alright, I think that's gonna be all for today. Guys, as always in this series, let me know if you still want me to continue this, because if you hit 3,000 likes, episode 7 is coming, and again, let me know in comments what I should play next, because I would like you to let me know exactly what I should play next, and not only in Europe like in the previous episodes. Let me know in the whole world what should be the next episode, because we might start diversifying the continents where we are playing. Europe is crowded. And of course, remember to subscribe to this channel to get notified about these future videos, and I'm gonna see you very soon. Bye!